We are here with Steve Sutherland, who is CEO of Konami Gaming. And Steve, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to see you again, Frank.
Good to see you.
It's been quite some time being able to sit here together.
It has. And a lot's changed in 2 years. Give us a kind of a brief update and overview on Konami Gaming.
Okay. Frank, let me start with, it's 18 months ago, pretty much today, I was sitting in a casino in Southern California. We're in the midst of launching a brand new product series in our entry into the premium participation business, and we were also discussing the system implementation was going to commence the next week. 2 weeks later, we're shut down. So we've utilized that time to build out, our different form factors on new hardware sets, enhance the game offering, and we've spent a lot of time in our systems, from the system standpoint, investing in fintech products, Sync 31, Title 31 product, and then very, very significant investment in the integration related to cashless wagering, integration with Tito, all those other things. So it's all about fulfilling, the customer requirements, but at the same point in time, heavy investment on their customer, ultimately our patrons, very heavy investment in new game content for them. So that's what we've been doing. So.
Been busy. Well, you mentioned cashless. That's the buzzword of this year.
Right.
And you guys are actually in the field with a very high-profile installation. Tell us a little bit about your cashless product and how it's been received so far.
Okay. The cashless product that we installed at Resorts World Las Vegas is part of our Money Clip series. It's actually been installed in the field for about 7.5 years. It started many, many years ago. It's fully integrated with all our Tito functionality, required reporting, et cetera. So, we finally had that opportunity to install on a mainline casino floor here on the Strip in the pandemic environment, but it's there to provide a frictionless, environment for the patrons, across the floor at the slot machine, through mobile phones, everything. And so it's a great opportunity, but that same product was installed years ago on NCL cruise lines. It operated very successfully there. It will also be going into another cruise line here shortly, as they're reopening their doors, installing, and we're looking forward to the balance of the industry and, hopefully commencing to implement that technology further, going forward. We know there's a lot of customers interested and they're fully evaluating. I'm certain a lot of them are over on the floor across the street from us, evaluating this week as we all get together here in Las Vegas.
One of the things that we mention every year is that Konami Gaming is a different kind of company because you have this very large consumer entertainment parent company.
Correct.
Excuse me. Has your approach to working through the issues with COVID been any different from your competitors, given that different corporate structure?
No, I mean, as much as we operate under that corporate umbrella, I mean, of course, they've been very concerned with, the COVID environment. They're experiencing that in Japan, where the majority of their companies are, and they've experienced the same issues that we have, and they're just starting to come out from underneath some of those restrictions there here just recently. We share very actively any of the COVID type of environments we're operating here. There's been some minimal discussion. I don't want to say minimal, but there's been discussions, between both groups. But we're implementing, KGI is a US-based company, so we're implementing to the US standard. Konami Australia, that's out of the greater Sydney area, Sydney or Australia was one of the first markets to really open up, but it went into a lockdown about 3 months ago. So we're operating, more under the guidelines of Australia, at that point in time, and New Zealand's fairly close major market. So we're very in tune with the government requirements there. And at the same point in time, always at the top of our mind is, our customer safety or our employee safety and any of our interaction with customers, because since the lockdown worldwide, we're still in touch in many cases face-to-face with our customers. So safety for all is very important. And we've been very flexible here in Japan, Australia. Allowing employees to work from home is need be. It creates a bit of an IT issue, but it also provides an opportunity for us to rise to the challenge and provide the employees alternative ways of engagement with the workforce. So it's been an eye opener, I think, to all of us. So.
One more COVID question. We hear in every industry today about supply chain disruptions. How have that affected you, and how is Konami working through that?
Okay. Like all the suppliers in our industry, I'm assuming, we're all experiencing supply chain issues. Konami has the benefit that we were introducing a new product series called the Dimension series. And there's 5 different form factors today under that. It uses the same common underpinnings of electronics for those units. The LCDs, of course, are different sizes, shapes, et cetera. But all the electronics where the shortages are, we benefited because of that one form factor. It's not to say that we have not had issues, but in effect, we have Tiger teams. We've got core engineering teams working with our purchasing teams to manage through this issue. Right now we feel very, very comfortable where we're at through the end of this calendar year and going into first quarter. So we're already working through first quarter, second quarter issues. We believe the supply chain issue is going to last well into next calendar year. It's not something that's going to take care of itself overnight. And from my standpoint, as I'm certain my competitors are, we'd like to stop air shipping product in to make deliveries, et cetera. It's very costly for us. So.
One of the things that's happened in the gaming industry has been a change almost in the business model for supplier companies. A few years ago, we might have said, that's a slot machine company.
Right.
Whereas today, you've got omni-channel, and you've got customers who are getting their gaming entertainment on demand in almost like a Netflix model in some ways. Can you tell us a little bit about Konami's approach to this new world?
As we take a look, we've been in this omni-channel environment. It's over 5 years. It's over 5 years ago, and we've been very successful at it. And our model has changed, and here recently, over the past few years, we've invested in our own remote game server, and that technology is how we're funneling content to operator-based social sites or real money gaming sites. So if we take a look, in the real money gaming standpoint with that RGS, we are in New Jersey, we are in Pennsylvania, we are in Michigan. And as other jurisdictions come to fruition, we'll participate there. So we have a very robust technology. We have to continually develop it because the operator community is always, addressing that marketplace in different manners. So we have to have tight-knit integrations. At the same point in time, we've got to be able to provide the content that they want to serve to their customers. So it's a great opportunity, and we've had the opportunity from an omni-channel release standpoint to release core games like All Aboard, both between the 4 walls, in the digital sector at the same point in time, and it's a huge win. And I think over time, we'll have greater opportunity, in those omni-channel releases and play going forward. And it's going to be controlled by the regulatory environment, but it's a great new field for all of us. Great opportunity. I mean, for the suppliers, great opportunity for the operators, et cetera.
As we bring ever more technology and interconnectedness to the gaming industry, to the suppliers, the operators, the end customers, cybersecurity becomes an ever greater issue. What are the kinds of things that you're doing in terms of cybersecurity?
As we take a look company-wise, we fall under a corporate umbrella, parent umbrella. So we have to ensure that we're fulfilling the parent entity requirements because it's a concern. It's a very large conglomerate. But from the gaming and systems division that I'm responsible, we're trying to ensure that we not only meet those minimal standards, we implement additional standards. Actually, today, every Konami gaming and systems employee is going under training, okay, related things to look for in emails, phishing, things along that end. I probably failed the social media test because I don't do social media. And there's all this terminology in there, and it's like, like phishing. Okay, well, I thought I'd be out on my dock casting a reel, but not making light of it. But it's a great opportunity. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to train the employees to slow down, don't react, truly review what you're looking at, and make the appropriate decision. Because somebody's going to make the wrong decision. That's a given. That's one thing I know management-wise. How do we minimize that? That's through training and supporting them with the tools they need.
We're at G2E, of course, where everyone is looking at the newest products. What are some of the must-see products at the Konami booth?
I think the must-see products, I mean, as we take a look, the last G2E we were at, we were able to launch the Dimension 49J, which was our entry into the premium participation business. And we've done exceptionally well with that, but we've been able to introduce 4 different form factors. We've got the Dimension 27 that's shown here. That has been released to the marketplace. We're selling that. We have the Dimension 49, the portrait cabinet. It's very popular. It was, #1 cabinet for 4 months in a row through, I think, a survey that you're part of. I mean, it just did exceptionally well. But I think a couple other things. You're going to see the 75C here. It's large format. It's on trial at a casino in Southern California. We're expecting that to do exceptionally well. And then we have a new cabinet. I'm actually looking to see it in its finished format versus the rough engineering format I've been looking at, where it's got a 27-inch display as the main player screen, another 49-inch screen on top. And they've got very key content that's very specifically targeted to each of those platforms. So I'm looking forward to that. On the system side, I'm looking forward to really looking at the customers, taking a look at our Title 31 products, Money Clip, which is the cashless environment, more of that type of engagement. And then for myself personally, it's going to be good to reconnect with customers. I'm used to traveling. I've been, in effect, stuck for 18 months for the first time in my life. So good opportunity to reconnect and share those different form factors and the systems type technology with the customers. So good opportunity.
Okay, great. Steve, very informative. Anything else you would like folks to know about Konami Gaming?
As we take a look at the company, we're committed to fulfilling our commitments to the customer. We've benefited that through this past year through the environment, particularly with the systems business. The casino industry continued to invest in infrastructure improvements, systems technology. That's all about fulfilling commitment. We have not lost focus on the development on our core direct sale product line. I think we'll be able to show the customer base that's here today and digitally for those that cannot. New exciting content, that's for sale for them in the marketplace when they have the capital available. And you're also going to see some very enhanced things on the premium participation to continue growing that base. We've been very successful. Other than that, I'm just looking forward to the continued commitment from our employees and supporting us. And I'm looking forward to getting out to meet with the customer base. The customer base on a worldwide basis. I need to get to our Australian office. I've got to get to Japan. I've got to get back to Europe, Latin America, et cetera, when everything settles down pandemic-wise. So.
Okay, well, enjoy the travels.
I love it. So thank you.
Steve.
Thanks very much.